make a quick live because I'm tired of trying to say this in comments and having people misinterpret it, misunderstand it, fail to get it. It's automatic citizenship for everyone ICE contacts. Well, that's one of the things. Although somebody did fail to understand that. I don't know how I am Blakely didn't get what I'm saying. It was in a live and maybe it came across as confusing. But the other thing I've been saying that I really want to get out there, I really want people to repeat, is stop paying insurance, stop paying medical bills, send those bills to the White House and send AOC or Jasmine Crockett to the White House to pay them. Universal health care. Okay? And I want to just ask the simple question, who do you think pays for your health care in a universal health care system? Who do you think pays the insurance companies? Trick question, there aren't any insurance companies. That's the whole point. They're making insurance unaffordable for middle class and low class people. So only rich people can have health insurance. Well, let's cancel that. Let's cancel all insurance if they're going to make it where only rich people can have health insurance. They don't deserve it. Let's cancel the entire industry of insurance and let's have universal health care. And Jasmine Crockett or AOC can give us that with just the campaign promise that they'll do it. And then we'll stop paying the insurance industries, and then the insurance industries will collapse. And we can send all our medical bills to the White House. So this is the idea. I just mentioned it in a guy's live. I mean, I really respect the guy. He's a good content creator. I can't remember his name right now. He has a Grateful Dead guitar with a lightning bolt on it on his wall. And, he's like, I'm not going to stop paying my insurance. I'm like, well, good to know that you're comfortable enough that you don't want universal health care for everybody else. Or good to know that, you're so stuck in your privileges, you don't realize that lots of people don't have health care. So it's kind of like for the people that don't have health care, such as myself and millions of other people like me who don't have health care, it's not a risk of anything to us because insurance was never doing anything for us in the first place. But the people who have insurance, you're going to get priced out of it. You're going to be kicked off your insurance and you're going to spend, your last extra money trying to stay on it until they've robbed you of that money because you're not going to get any benefit from it. All that money's going to the rich people for their insurance. So instead of letting the Trump-Boutonniers switch our insurance industry so poor people are paying the rest of the money they have until it's all gone to give rich people insurance, let's cancel the insurance industry. Let's have universal health care. And again, I return to the question of who do you guys think pays for your health care in a universal health care system? The government pays for it. Or to get more into it, the rich people who you tax more pay for your health care in a socialized healthcare system. You don't pay insurance. You don't pay medical bills. Like, this will liberate our society. And we've needed it for every reason ever. And they're making it easy right now by skyrocketing the premiums. It becomes even easier to not pay your premiums the higher they go. It becomes an easier decision to say, oh, $3,000 a month is too high. I can't pay that anymore. I have to find some alternate plan, alternative medicine, some, co-op medicine group, or we can all do that collectively and have the co-op medicine group be the U.S. government. And the best way I think to do that is just to have AOC or Jasmine Crockett run on a campaign that says, stop paying your insurance, stop paying your medical bills, send your medical bills to the White House and send me to the White House to take care of them. And then we just take care of it. Instant universal health care. We can come up with the plan and make the details when we get it, but in the meantime, the people who will be out of money is not us. It'll be the hospitals and the insurance industry. Although the insurance industry can be completely canceled. All those salaries, all those commercials, all those progressive commercials, I guarantee you see every single commercial break, all that money can just go to actual health care instead of a predatory insurance industry. And Jasmine Crockett or AOC can make that happen by saying, send your medical bills to the White House. Stop paying insurance. Doesn't matter how high the bills skyrocket because it's just a number. No one's paying it. Now, when I said this to somebody who had insurance and claims to support universal health care, he couldn't get it. He didn't get it. He didn't understand where I'm going with this or how this plan works. No, everybody receives care. You send the bills to the White House. You still go get the care. I mean, again, this is universal health care. This is doing universal health care before they let us do it. This is just deciding we're going to be doing universal health care over here. We're just going to be doing universal health care over here. And if you get healed, it's your own fault. Like, I'm just going to be swinging my arms like this. And if you get hit, it's your own fault. But no, seriously, we're going to be doing universal health care. Universal health care means we pay the bills collectively. The government pays the bills. The government taxes the rich to pay the bills. And we're just going to start doing it. The best way to have universal health care is start doing it. Back when they made Obamacare, the Republicans threatened us with a good time and said it's going to fail into universal health care. Well, it didn't fail into universal health care, partly because they keep propping it up with the subsidies. But they're not going to prop it up with the subsidies anymore. So the Republicans are trying to make Obamacare fail. I say, let's let the baby have their bottle, let Obamacare fail, and let it fail into universal health care. The same thing they threatened us with 15 years ago. Let Obamacare fail into universal health care. Nobody pays health bills anymore. Nobody pays insurance anymore. You've just freed up a whole lot of money for the American people to do good things and survive and stuff like that. And all you got to do is make the campaign promise. Have Jasmine Crockett or AOC or anybody say, stop paying your medical bills, stop paying your insurance bills. They just made them skyrocket, so don't pay them. It's just a number. Do not pay those bills. Send your bills to the White House. Send me to the White House. I'll pay them. We'll take care of it. Warren Graham, welcome back. I'm just talking about how to get universal health care in America. How they've set us up by making the insurance industry about to collapse, by making everyone's premiums skyrocket. They've set it up for something to happen, and we just need to be out ahead of what's going to happen and say, hey, look, we'll make the insurance companies collapse before we pay 3 times our premiums for 3, 6 months, however long people can afford to do that. We'll make the insurance companies collapse at the start, so y'all don't get all that money. We save all that money, and you don't get to have those jobs anymore because the insurance company collapsed. Thank the Republicans for doing it. We could have propped it up with the subsidies for Obamacare for decades to come. It doesn't provide universal health care. There's still plenty of people left out. But it's, satisfactory. You haven't got a revolt over it yet. If you'd cancel all these food stamps, you might have got a revolt out of it. So in a way, it's a good thing that people got their food stamps. I am not going to be one of these Democrats or leftists who's like, they should have held out the shutdown until more people starved. No, get people their food stamps. But if the cost, the opportunity cost of that, of giving people their food stamps, if the cost of that is people's healthcare skyrockets, have a plan for that too. Universal healthcare. You don't have to pay those bills. That actually saves you a lot of money. So I think people will be down for it as soon as they understand the plan. And I'm tired of leaving the comment in people's lives who don't understand it. So I figured I'd go ahead and go live and explain it to you myself. It's the fast track to universal healthcare. Just like the fast track to citizenship is automatic citizenship for everyone ICE contacts. You just make this phrase, you get this popular phrase out there. I've gotten Park Rose Permaculture is the highest platformed person I've been able to contact with automatic citizenship for everyone ICE contacts. She replied, I like this idea. I don't think she's made a video about it, but she replied she likes the idea. So she's seen the idea, and I've registered that she's seen it and replied. Has she made any content about it? Has she used the fact that her platform has the ability to reach millions of people? Not that I know of. She might have. I don't want to sell her short. But of course, I've got the ability to reach one person because YouTube is going to suppress my channel because it's the most revolutionary, radical channel. The most revolutionary, radical ideas. And it's really just 3 or 4 ideas right now. Automatic citizenship for everyone ICE contacts. Seize all the companies that funded Trump's attack on the White House and arrest their executives. And stop paying your insurance bills. Send them to the White House. Stop paying your insurance bills. Stop paying your medical bills. And send your medical bills to the White House. And send Jasmine Crockett or AOC to the White House to pay them universal health care. And life in prison for ICE and all their enablers. So anyway, those are the ideas. I'll probably only go live a little bit longer because I want this one to post quickly so these ideas can get out there quickly. But right now we're at the moment where everybody's upset about the shutdown ending, or upset about reduce McDonald's burger. I don't know what that means. Reduce fast food. I can't guess. But we're at the point where people are upset about the insurance skyrocketing. Let it skyrocket. Just don't pay it. Like, we've already proven that Trump's willing to let the American people starve and that the Supreme Court's willing to let the American people starve. We don't have to let the American people starve. We got their vote on it. They locked in that they're for starving the American people. Trump's Antichrist. What would Jesus do? Feed people. But Trump's Antichrist, he wants to starve people. Our Supreme Court is Antichrist. They want to starve people. They should be impeached, removed, have their citizenship revoked, have their houses and RVs taken away and given to immigrants, and they should be deported or jailed for life. Okay, here's MP engaging the conversation. Yeah, if nobody paid their medical bills, it would just make the health insurance companies richer because they'd sue the shit out of you. No, they wouldn't. They don't win those lawsuits. It would make them poor if they tried to sue the shit out of you and spent all their money on losing lawsuits. And take everything you own as collateral. I mean, you're saying that, but I'm talking about taking everything Google has and everything Meta has and everything Lockheed Martin has because they funded Trump attacking our White House. So that's a lot more money than all the American people have put together, for one thing. That's a lot more resources than all the American people have put together, for one thing. But you take those resources because they funded knocking down the East Wing of the White House, for which Trump didn't even pay the people that knocked it down. And then they told on themselves and said, we're the company that knocked down the White House, and Trump's not paying us. Whoa. What a way to end your life and career. Everything you own. Yes, they do, and they do often. No, they don't when the entire country stops paying insurance. Then they don't have any resources to do anything. The industry collapses. The Republicans made it this way by refusing to subsidize Obamacare. But we just use that to our advantage, let it fail into universal health care. Remember, the Republicans said 20 years ago or 15 years ago, Obamacare is designed to fail into universal health care. Well, y'all threatened us with a good time. Let's let it happen. Let's let the baby have their bottle and let Obamacare fail into universal health care. It wouldn't have failed if they let the subsidies continue, but they're not going to. So it's going to fail. And let's get out ahead of it. Say, hey, insurance is going to fail into universal health care. So let's help it fail. Let's give it a little push. Yeah, you're not getting it, MP. You're just like, it would also destroy your credit score, which also ruins your life. No, ruining your life is medical debt. Ruining your life is not being able to get treatment for a medical condition. So we get the government to pay for it. And once the government pays for it, there's nobody to sue. But we also get the government. There could be a nice way to phase out the insurance industry. But the Republicans aren't going to let that happen. The Republicans are destroying insurance. So let's let them do it with a gentle push. Let all the insurance agents and Flo and everybody else lose their jobs and go get other jobs. Those are creative people who make the progressive commercials. They can make creative commercials for other companies besides the insurance industry when the insurance industry no longer exists. So thank you for engaging in the conversation, but you're not getting it, okay? You've got to get it before you can respond. You said not every medical condition is life-ruining. Again, you're nitpicking stuff like a troll. And let's look at your comment. Let's look at your channel content because you're probably a troll, right? Yeah, you've joined 9 years ago and you have 9 subscribers. What does that say about you? Not every ineffective communication makes you a troll, but yours do. Yours make you a troll. I don't care if it's just fucking acne or something. Why shouldn't the government pay for your acne treatment? Why shouldn't rich people who can be appropriately taxed pay for every medical operation, every medical thing in America? It's not hard. It's what's called socialized healthcare. Plenty of other countries have it. I don't think people in America, even people who claim that they're for socialized healthcare, realize what it is and how it works. But I'll explain it to you. The government pays your healthcare. And insults. Well, I should insult you for being a troll. Why are you a troll? Why don't you become more than a troll? It's your life, okay? This is the first time I've ever even recognized meeting you. Become more than a troll. Stop knocking a good idea. Just came by and you're all right. Thank you, Phaser. Thanks for being here. I like your rainbow stormtrooper PFP. That's cool. But I would remind people that no one cries when a Death Star full of stormtroopers dies. No one minds when the insurance industry is gone. No one's going to feel sad for the people that were insurance salesmen who no longer have a job because they should have used their industry to pressure the Republicans to subsidize their industry. And if they're not going to make that simple statement of taking advantage of the little bit of socialism that's available for the insurance industry, they're not smart enough to continue as an industry. Let's cancel health insurance and have universal health care. It's not like, people could still have private insurance even under universal health care to do extra stuff or something. But we don't need it. It's only rich people who would have that. So who cares whether they have it or not? They don't deserve it. They can go to other countries and spend their money on better healthcare or something if they're looking for something special. Okay, MP left another comment. I'm not trolling. I'm engaging in debate. I mean, you are engaging in debate, but you're not engaging with the debate I'm having. You're debating whether or not we should protect the insurance industries and the Republicans as much as we possibly can. No, we shouldn't. Fuck them. They fucked up. They pushed it too far. Their industry ends. No one's going to miss the insurance industry. Think about it. Is anybody like, oh, my insurance agent? You know, nobody loves their insurance agent. They're always fighting with their insurance agents to get what the insurance promised them. Like, there's not a good insurance company out there. Everybody's like, oh man, the insurance agent was so great to me. Jake from State Farm, really, you know, good luck with it, I guess. No, good luck with it. You could say if you were a person who cared about other people, you could say good luck with having universal health care. You could say, oh, wow, that's a brilliant idea. That's the best way to make universal health care. That makes universal health care even before Jasmine Crockett or AOC takes office. It starts making universal health care as soon as they say it. But if you're not willing to recognize that, you're not in the right life. I do appreciate the conversation. If you had a point that registered, if you had a point that mattered, then your point could have furthered this idea. You didn't have a point that mattered yet. You just kind of mentioned that all illnesses aren't life-threatening, as if that's a reason to allow some of them to continue. Like, no, you're just, whether you know it or not, you're speaking on behalf of the insurance agencies who are like, well, we can deny that one, we can deny that one, we can deny that one. Stop. Stop being an insurance agency troll. Okay? I'm talking about ending health insurance in America because we have universal health care. Again, you can have universal health care and still have an insurance industry for like fancy dancy insurance, but you don't need it. You have universal health care, so we can cancel the insurance industry. And if they make the premiums skyrocket, that's the perfect time to do it. We just need a politician who's willing to say, stop paying your insurance, send your bills to the White House, send me to the White House, and I'll take care of them. Simple as that. Jasmine Crockett or AOC would be the perfect ones to do it, but anybody could do it. You could do it. You could give us universal health care. Kat Abighazali could give us universal health care. Mr. Goodday has chimed in. Hello, Mr. Goodday. Universal health care. Okay, so Mr. Goodday is a Nazi. We now know that Mr. Goodday is a Nazi Trump-ootneer, a traitor to America, therefore probably, since he supports Trump, a pedophile. So, Mr. Goodday, what a way to announce yourself. Yeah, we caught you. That's right. Don't say stupid shit thinking that the person you're talking to is another dumb fuck. I hunt Nazis. You're a goddamn Nazi, Mr. Goodday. So let's get your information for the Nazi hunters. You don't do this shit, okay? You listen before you speak. You joined 11 years ago and you have 0 subscribers. Another typical troll Nazi. Let's look at all your comments. Yeah, I do. I just hunted you. Didn't I just catch a goddamn Nazi? Oh yeah, you've been in the live before. You've sent evidence before Goodday and Demetrius for the win. And you're Goodday, and Demetrius is a troll who LARPs as if he's from Texas, I think. He pretends to be a black person from Texas. Mr. Goodday says losing makes YouTube channels for less than 10 people. Loser. Oh no, he called us Nazis. See, I called you a Nazi back on 9/22/8/17. So you knew what you were in for. And you showed up and went ahead and put your armband on and did your Roman salute. So anyway, stalking again? No, it's just providing the information for the Nazi hunters to hunt you down, Mr. Goodday. They can track your times of engagement. They can track your word usage. An AI can find your ass real quick and give your house to an immigrant and give your RVs or cars or whatever, if you have those, to immigrants. Yeah, that's what happens. No, NinjaCon's here now too. It's a whole terrorist cell. So now that we got all the terrorists here, are you guys Groypers or are you not Zionists? Are you guys Turning Point or are you Groypers? Which side of Trump's terrorist network are you on? I just did that, didn't I, Mr. Goodday? You can't answer a simple question, can you? Are you a Groyper? Are you a... No, you're not American. You're a Trump-ootneer. You're the opposite of American. Americans hate you, okay? So this is how we get universal health care in America. Never mind the trolls in comments. I'll come back to them if they ever answer the question. The question for all Trump-ootneers is, which side of Trump's terrorist network are you on? The Groyper, Nick Fuentes, KKK, neo-Nazi side? Or the not Zionist, Turning Point, Christian nationalist, nationalist Christian, Nazi? Are you on the Nazi side or the Nazi side? Are you a not Zionist? Or are you just a Nazi? Are you a Groyper side of Trump's terrorist network? Or are you on the Zionist turning point side of Trump's terrorist network? Which side are you on? We just need to know. We just need the other side to know which side you're on. So we can turn you guys against each other because it's hilarious. You're not American. NinjaCon said stream lagged. Sorry about that. It's probably on your end. Seems like it's fine here. Mr. Goodday says, this guy provides nothing and jumps to calling me a Nazi. I didn't jump to calling you a Nazi. I called you a Nazi a month ago. I've had your number since you first entered the live, and you haven't ever said you're not a Nazi. And you're associating with these Nazis who proudly admit that they're Nazis. NinjaCon proudly admits he's a Nazi. And so you're on his team. That makes you a Nazi. You're not proud about it because you're a coward, I guess. But NinjaCon is at least a little bit braver of a Nazi than you. Mr. Gidda says, you're funny, dude. That shit ain't shit funny about it, dude. Does your family like you? Does your family agree with your Nazi beliefs? Because your whole family can get locked up. We don't care if they're fucking kids. Y'all didn't care if they're kids. Your whole family can get locked up. Tell us about your family, Mr. Goodday. NinjaCon says, Mr. Goodday, if you ever threatens to dox you, I can give you his full dox, his full fox, his full dox, as well as names of his family. He threatened to call my church and make a terrorism scare. No, you are a terrorism scare. I will still call your church. Put your church's phone number in the comments. I will call your church today and tell them you got a terrorist who goes by NinjaCon64 on the internet. You're supporting a terrorist and a terrorist cell in your church. And you should do something about that. But also, we're going to replace your church. Church of Judas replaces all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. So we're going to replace your church. But I'm not going to call them to tell them that. I'm going to call them and tell them they got a terrorist, you, in their church. I'm going to tell them that terrorist is planning a trip to Iowa. You know, you're pretty easy to track. Mr. Goodday says, I have associated with nobody, except you associate with Trump, don't you? So you're a Nazi. You're a pedophile. You're a traitor. You're a terrorist. Hi, Lily. Is it still snowing there? Mr. Goodday, I don't have to. I've already done my part. I caught you. I said, hey, I'm setting a Nazi trap. And you Nazis jump right in. You're fucking idiots. And I'm telling you guys how to have universal health care. I got 5 ideas right here. I got automatic citizenship for everyone ICE contacts. I've got stop paying insurance and medical bills, send them to the White House, send Jasmine Crockett and AOC to the White House to pay them. I got life in prison for ICE and all their enablers. You're a ICE enabler, so you get life in prison. I've got, seize all the companies funding Trump's attack on the White House and arrest their executives. And I've got this one, stop paying insurance bills. Did I already say that one? Stop paying insurance bills, send them to the White House. Let's have universal health care. Mr. Good says, try, bud. I don't have to try, dude. You did it for me. You've left your information out here. Like, you are easily tracked. We've confirmed you're a Nazi and a pedophile. You won't even deny it. I mean, you try to kind of deny it by saying, I didn't associate with anybody. You associate with Trump. Makes you a Nazi and a pedophile. Everybody knows it. Universal health care can work. It will be a lot more complicated for America. Wow, NinjaCon said something that wasn't super Nazi. I gotta go. I gotta get going. Can't see your comment. They keep telling me that it's been held for review. Oh, there, now I can let me see it. Call my church and I'll be at your door. Dude, no, you won't. You'll never do anything. Why are you so protective of your stupid Syrian Orthodox church? Like, your church is a trap. And your church is allowing, and if you know that your church would be ashamed and embarrassed and would do something about you if they know that you're a terrorist. So I know you're a terrorist. I know you're a pedophile. Your church needs to know. You might go tell them yourself. Why don't you just go tell your pastor what you've been up to? All the trigger words. No, it's just correctly identifying what you are. You're a terrorist. If you support Trump, you're a terrorist, you're a Nazi, you're a pedophile, and you're a traitor. We shouldn't ever mention any of those things without mentioning all of them because they're all pretty bad. And they all perfectly describe you, Trump-ooniers. That's why we hate you all. That's why all humans will always hate you to the end of time. This is quite entertaining. Not really. Not really. I wouldn't be talking about it. What I should be talking about is universal health care and how we can easily achieve universal health care just by letting the Republicans destroy insurance. Fine. Y'all destroyed insurance. Fuck you. You get what you get. We're going to have universal health care over here. And we don't need the insurance industry soaking up all that money. to make Flow commercials and Jake commercials and all their other stupid ass commercials. I mean, actually, I like the commercials, but it just shows they have buckets of money to spend to actually make all these different, quirky, fun commercials. Well, how much better would it be if an industry that actually deserved to exist had those commercials? I think Flo and them should go make commercials for, I don't know, grocery stores or something. Something good. But I gotta go. I don't have to scare you. It's the truth. Andrew, your information is out there. You put it out there. No, you're constantly doxing me because you're a terrorist Nazi. You brag about doxing me because you're a terrorist Nazi. When people are looking up who the terrorist Nazis are, and this one harassed and tried to dox me for like 10 years or 7 years, however long it's fucking been, every single fucking day, then you qualify. You might be high enough up to be in the top 300,000 that don't get trials. Oh, Outlaw's here. Hey, man. Hey, Outlaw. I've shown my buddies at my church screenshots. Okay, see, your buddies at your church. So you have a whole terrorist cell in the Syrian Orthodox Church in, I don't know, where do you live? Milwaukee or something? In the Syrian Orthodox Church in Milwaukee, you have a whole terrorist cell who's seen your screenshots, just like the Young Republicans Groiper Club. But again, you Nazis in the Trump-Putin terrorist network, will you even admit which side of the terrorist network are you on? Are you on the Nick Fuentes Groiper side, or are you on the Charlie Kirk not Zionist side? Guilty by association. Yeah, don't associate with Nazis. I'm not a Nazi sympathizer here. Y'all might have been in a lot of places that coddles Nazis and has a lot of sympathy for Nazis, but I'm not the one. Funny, he dogs how many people follow me. No one follows you. I don't dog those 77 accounts that don't follow you, which I don't care about. But he gets 10 people on the perfect day. It's a perfect day. It's too nice of a day to be inside live streaming. I'm doing it just because I want to get the idea out there how to get universal health care. Stop paying your health insurance bills. Stop paying your medical bills. Send them to the White House. Send Jasmine Crockett to the White House. Send AOC to the White House. Done and done. Drifting Soul says, that's shallow. No, do not associate with Nazis. We don't have to get any deeper than that. Stop doing what Nazis do, and you won't be called a Nazi. Stop wearing armbands and stop doing Roman salutes, and you won't be called a Nazi. Stop supporting concentration camps. Stop supporting kidnappers, and you won't be called a Nazi. Until then, you deserve to be called a Nazi and a traitor and a pedophile and a terrorist, because that's what you are. Ninja God says, I've spoken at my state capital, and no one had a problem with that. Yeah, that's free speech, but you're probably speaking there in a Klan uniform, and people should have a problem with that. Mr. Goodday says, you get so triggered. I don't like Nazis. Stop being Nazis. Net and YouTube picks a pack of Nazis, a whole terrorist cell of Nazis to throw into my life. And so far, there has been like 1 or 2 good people. That's what is entertaining. NinjaCon says, I can report information that you put out. I can repost information that you put out. Dude, nobody's posting an address besides you. Why would I post addresses? You're the one who posts addresses because you're a terrorist. All it does is every time you post an address, it proves again that you're a terrorist. Mr. Goodday says nobody tried to dox you. Actually, NinjaCon was just bragging about trying to dox me. So you're stupid, and your stupidity gives you this cognitive dissonance that makes you willfully against the truth. But NinjaCon is a terrorist, and you're on his side. You're a terrorist supporter, and you're all pedophiles because you support Trump. So as soon as we start talking about this, like appropriately, accurately, that you're traitors and you're pedophiles and you're terrorists and you should all be locked away, and especially the companies that funded Trump's ballroom should be seized. So Google and Lockheed Martin and Meta should be seized, and their executives should be arrested and locked away for their terrorist attack, for completing Osama bin Laden's terrorist attack from 24 years ago when he was trying to fly a plane into the White House. Well, they did his job for him, and you're terrorists, and you should all go down for supporting that terrorism. And I make highlight clips of this so that people can see that specific addressing of you terrorists. He is so lost, Ninja. No, you guys are Nazis. You guys are terrorists. You guys are the lost ones. We're here to save you. We can shift you from Antichrist Trump to the real Jesus, the anti-king leader of no kings. But you got to realize that you're in a trap. 7 years, 10 years, you don't know what you're talking about. No, you're not important, NinjaCon. It could be 7 years. It could be 10 years. How old is your channel? You've probably made this entire channel just to troll me. Your channel is 14 years old. So maybe you've been trolling me for 14 years. I don't give a fuck. You've never mattered. Okay? It should stop sometime, but you've never mattered. 7 is not nobody, dude. Dude, I have 5,000 subscribers, right? Or 4,000 subscribers. 3,820 of them are nobody. Okay, so yeah, your 77 are damn sure definitely nobody. Ninja Khan says, I'm a paleo conservative. That predates your subjective dichotomy of what modern right wing is. No, you're a Nazi. Okay? You can call it a paleo conservative, but we all know you're a Nazi, Ninja Khan. You're a terrorist because you've admitted just 5 minutes ago that you terrorize me by trying to dox me all the time, by bragging about looking at me on Google Earth. You're a terrorist. You've confirmed just within the last few seconds, within the last few minutes, that you're a terrorist. The fact that you're a Nazi and a pedophile, that all comes from being a fan of Trump. Although being a fan of Trump generally makes people terrorists too. It makes people think that they're okay as terrorists. Let's read all the rest of your comments and then we're shutting this down because it's too many comments. Stop commenting, you dumb fucks. Okay. Drifting Soul says, do you have EBT? No. Does anybody have EBT right now? No, because Trump wants to starve you. Because Trump and the Supreme Court went on record as they're willing to starve you. Okay, so they're Antichrist. Jesus would feed you. But Trump, the Antichrist, will starve you. You guys worship an Antichrist. He can't have intelligent conversation. I can have intelligent conversation as soon as an intelligent person shows up. All we've got so far is Nazi, Trump-Putineer trolls. Y'all don't count. Like, yeah, we're wasting time. We're getting some comments out there, so net and YouTube will show this to more people. But you Nazi, Trump-Putineer MAGA types do not count. You're pedophiles. We're better off without you. No one cries when the Death Star dies. Fame will be his downfall. I say make Andrew more famous. I mean, thank you, you stupid Nazi. JP says, only poor people do what you're recommending. No, poor people can't even stop paying their insurance bills because poor people don't have insurance. Middle-class people and upper middle-class people can stop paying their insurance bills and collapse the insurance industry, and then we'll have universal health care. We just need a politician who's willing to stand on that banner. Done and done and done. Just like automatic citizenship for everyone ICE contacts stops ICE. We just have to talk about it. Okay, JP says, only poor people do what you're recommending because if people who have money do this, they will come after your wealth to recoup it. No, there's not going to be any of them to come after you. We collapse the insurance industry. Shit ain't hard. And they're making us collapse the insurance industry. They're the ones canceling the subsidies to Obamacare. So it's going to collapse the insurance industry. They just think they can just greed it up and, oh, more people will die. Well, we'll greed it up off the people who aren't dead yet until they're dead too. You know, like they're vampire Nazis. I mean, I don't know. That's disrespectful to vampires. They're like cancer. They're cancer of Nazis on our country. And the insurance industry has proven that it is a cancer on our country. The insurance industry could have seen it and said, oh, wait, we need you to subsidize us so we can continue because otherwise we might collapse. They didn't see it. They didn't pressure the Republicans. Fuck them. We don't need the insurance industry anymore. We could have kept some like fancy dancy insurance but we don't need that shit anymore. Rich people don't deserve extra insurance. We need socialized healthcare for everybody. And this is the way to do it. Good Day says, promise he is on stamps in Mama's basement. So again, you think that by being condescending to poor people, like I would rather you think that I'm on stamps in my mama's basement, and that's the reason why you can be rude to me, because it shows that you're willing to be rude to people on food stamps. Like, that should get you fired these days. As soon as people find out who you are, just for being rude to people on food stamps, you can lose your job. You should be, if you had any benefits as a veteran or something, you should lose those for supporting Trump. That's a treasonous thing. Mr. Goodday says, promise he is on food stamps in Mama's basement. Robert Whitlow is new. He says, did you say send Jasmine Crockett to the White House? He said, did you say send Jasmine Cricket to the White House? This isn't the cricket in Times Square. But yes, send Jasmine Crockett to the White House. Send your medical bills to the White House. Send Jasmine Crockett to the White House to pay them. You call anyone who disagrees a Nazi? No, it just so happens that the only people who disagree with me are Nazis. I'm anti-Nazi. You guys are Nazis. Stop being Nazis. I'm not calling you a Nazi. You're revealing that you're a Nazi because you support Trump. It's pretty simple. He did, Robert. I did say send Jasmine Crockett to the White House. Oh, we can pin that on him. No, we can pin some things on you guys. Mr. Goodday says, you stalked my page first thing and then complain. What happens to you? LOL. Nobody's complaining about what's happening to me. I stalked your page by looking at your channel activity and seeing that you have 77 subscribers in like 11 years. And so you're not a good faith actor. Yeah, you have 0 subscribers in 11 years. You're not a good faith actor. JP says, you make no sense. You have 5 viewers. And no, I don't have any viewers. I've got Nazis. Nazis don't count. You guys don't count. We're just wasting time here with you Nazis until a real person shows up. You make no sense. You have 5 viewers and calling people pedophiles when it's not even true. Dude, you're a pedophile, aren't you? JP, you're a pedophile. Let's get JP's information so that when people hunt the pedophiles, like you took offense at being called a pedophile. You joined 13 years ago. You have 13 subscribers. So you're not a real channel. You've been here before. You were in the Help Elect Mamdani live saying things like, became a dictatorship, controlled the people, and even murdered many people. Now 50% of their population is displaced. Yeah, you'll love the freebies and all the handouts until they become Venezuela, can walk through the same thing and receive the same so-called good benefits. And then the government. There's a reason why so many people have moved to Florida, to Texas from New York, because the leftist liberal policies and the absolute ridiculous amount of taxes people pay. None of that's true. Like, you're just a lying Nazi. And you're a pedophile. Since you got the hit dog hollered, as Jasmine Crockett says, our next president. And when I called people a pedophile, you locked in on that. You're like, oh, you're calling me a pedophile. Yeah, I'm calling you a pedophile because you support Trump, who's a pedophile. It makes you a pedophile. That's just math. Like, you can stop doing that. You can stop being a pedophile. One son said, Trump for world president. World president. Now Putin's your fucking world president. Putin runs Trump. Mr. Good says he's nuts, JP. No, I'm anti-Trump. You people have talked to so many goddamn Nazis that you've normalized your Nazi pedophile behavior. But we, the American people, the real people, don't put up with that fucking shit. Okay. Nazi, pedo Nazi, Mr. Goodday says, yeah, that's what you are. You know, and you know you are. So, I mean, I've told you enough, and everybody else has told you. It's not like we run around saying, oh, the Mormons are Nazis, or, you know, the librarians are Nazis, or the firemen are not. We're not just pick random groups and call them Nazis. The MAGA are the Nazis. And some of you are proud of it. Some of you are like, oh, I'm going to get him to call me a Nazi again by saying I'm not one. Some of you are proud of it, but you're all goddamn Nazis. Look at your Elon Musk with his Roman salute. Like, that's what you are. NinjaCon says, Mr. Goodday, he can dish it, but he can't take it. Dude, I'm taking it. I'm reading your goddamn comments. They're all worthless. He can't take it. That's why his physique is pathetic, and he's never squared up in his life. Squared up. I'd love to see him throw on some gloves. Dude, okay, get your Grindr fantasies out on Grindr. This isn't Grindr. I would have loved to see what your opinion was if it was era 1940s and the Nazis were in power in Germany and you lived there. I would be the one against the Nazis. You would be the Nazis. You don't have to see what my opinion was. It's the opinion right now in 2025 America when you're the Nazis and I'm the one against the Nazis. You would have probably joined them given your liberal, socialist, communist ideals. No, you have joined the Nazis and you don't even fucking realize it. You at least pretend to think that Nazis are bad, but you are one. Like, what do you think I am that's bad that I don't know I am? Try that one on for size. You're going to call me a commie or something? I know I'm a commie. Mr. Goodday says, definitely JP. No. NinjaCon says, ha ha ha. Oh, he's trying to do the numbers game. It would be great if he checked his social blade and saw his actual stats. What are you talking about, NinjaCon? Like, your fucking channel has been around for 14 years with 46 subscribers. You don't put out any content, but you think that you won't be tracked by your comments? You'll be tracked by your comments, dude. AI is good. And leftist sleuths are good too. You guys have to stop commenting. I'm not reading all this bullshit. I'll read it real fast without any responses. Yay, hooray for you. You're in the bonus time. Ironically, U.S. speech pattern is quite similar to Mike Johnson. No, it's not. Who are you, Robert Ritlau? Let's look at your content, your channel activity. You joined 11 years ago. You have 248 subscribers. Oh. Mr. Good Day says comment, statement, more comments, because I told you not to comment and you have to be stupid Nazis. Reposting information that you put out isn't terrorism. Sorry, honey cakes. Yeah, it is terrorism. And calling people honey cakes when they tell you, hey, that's sexual harassment, stop doing it, is also terrorism. And you're all like, honey cakes, terrorism. I'm gay as can be, but will never admit. Only take it out when trolling. JP says this guy probably does have EBT. If I had EBT, I would probably be happier because I would have more food. And is angry that he lost it due to political reasons and is still too lazy to get the job, but we'll go to the local food pantry and get what he needs anyway. And again, JP is one of the people who makes fun of people on food stamps, so call his job, get him fired. Mr. Goodday says, you cannot have intelligent conversation. Not with Nazis. There's no intelligence there. It's like talking to a fucking brick. Onason says, mega. JP says, maybe you should ask how universal healthcare is going in Canada in the UK. No, it's going a lot better than shit's going here. Sorry. Fuck you. Mr. Goodday says, this guy probably is afraid of everyone he leaves his room. Big balls behind the computer screen. No, Big Balls is the guy that they beat up in DC. Mr. Goodday says, where is universal healthcare working? Everywhere. NinjaCon says, insurance companies and state regulators sometimes stroke each other. You know all about stroking each other, huh? Some people have to pay tax and car payments on cars they own for 20 years. Mr. Goodday says, without long waits and poor service, NinjaCon says, Mr. Goodday, UHC has worked in the Balkan states. Okay, so he's a fan of the Balkan states. What a loser. Mr. Goodday says, LOL, not condescending to poor people, to you. No, you're condescending to poor people. I don't even have EBT, but you're sitting there saying, he probably has EBT, and that means this, and that means that. So you're, by definition, being condescending to poor people. I mean, you're being condescending to me, too, but you're being condescending to poor people, and then trying to be condescending to me by putting me in that category. Why, I fired him. He was mean. Why, boxing gym woosy boy? Yeah, you should be fired. You shouldn't be allowed to have a job. You should be begging on the streets or in jail because of your terrorism and your pedophilia. NinjaCon 64, you should be in jail for his pedophilia and terrorism. Mr. Goodday says, short wait times in quality care, I think not. NinjaCon says, bro called me black politician a cricket. What? No, I read one of you Nazis' comments that called Jasmine Crockett Jasmine Cricket, and I tried to give them credit for possibly just having it auto-corrected because they don't write Jasmine Crockett a lot. I read the comment out, and then you're laughing about, I guess, the person who made the comment saying, bro called black politician a cricket, LOL, that was racist. I will laugh along with racism. Again, keep proving it, you dumbass Nazi. Mr. Goodday says, you call anyone a Nazi that disagrees. What are we disagreeing about? Whether or not Trump's a pedo? You're a Nazi. Are we disagreeing about whether or not Trump's a Nazi? You're a Nazi. Are we disagreeing about whether or not Trump's concentration camps make him a Nazi? You're a Nazi. Yeah, that's the basis. I just told you the basis. I'll tell you the basis again. Do you protect Trump as a pedophile? Well, you're a Nazi. Do you protect Trump and his concentration camps, his Nazi concentration camps? Then you're a Nazi. Do you protect Trump and all his Nazi lies and all the Nazi stuff he does to destroy our country? Then you're a Nazi. That's the basis. The basis is you support Trump, who's a Nazi and a traitor and a pedophile and a terrorist. And that makes you a Nazi and a traitor and a pedophile and a terrorist. And I'd rather not even tell you about it. I'd rather tell Mark Zuckerberg or, the Jeff Bezos or any of these people who donated to Trump's ballroom that they're a Nazi and a pedophile and a traitor. And I'd rather tell them that while taking them into custody and seizing their company and all their assets and all their personal assets. That's what I'd rather be doing. But I'll tell you in lieu of them, because your assets should also be seized. It's not as important as seizing Mark Zuckerberg's assets. It's not as important as seizing Elon Musk's assets and all his money and all his companies. It's not as, you don't have that many companies, but you shouldn't be overlooked. Your house, your car, your company should be seized as well. I mean, maybe your company shouldn't be seized because your company didn't donate to Trump's White House destruction, but Google should, Lockheed Martin should, Meta should, Amazon should. We seize those companies for what they did to our White House. If you're not with that, you're not American. You're a traitor. Let's read the rest of your goddamn comments. He skipped my comment where I talk about much of his house he put on the internet. No, I didn't skip your comment. It probably got deleted because you probably posted addresses or something. I don't get on here to get subs, dude. No. You're a troll. You're a Nazi. This time you got in here to get your fucking house taken away, get your citizenship taken away, and get your freedom taken away. This is what you came on here this time for, and I warned you from the start, so you dumbass could have left. By your own logic, you're not the real channel. I'm the realest channel there is. I'm the one who goes against Trump harder than anything else you're ever going to see, not just on YouTube, but on the internet. Because Jesus is the anti-king leader of no kings, and we defeat Antichrist Trump and all his evil little terrorist cell minions. By the way, which side of Trump's terrorist network are you on? The not Zionist side or the Groyper side? Are you Nick Fuentes or Charlie Kirk? Which one are you on? Go ahead and put it in comments. Okay, hold on, honey cakes. Honey cakes. You wish someone called you honey cakes. You have most sexually harassed. Only sexual harassment is the only word you know how to say is sexual harassment, terrorism, doxing. Poor NinjaCon. Only a terrorist. Ninja goes, okay, hold on, honey cakes. If that's true, then why did you get so flustered when I call you sugar plum? No one wants to be sexually harassed, you incel manosphere piece of fucking trash. Okay, you're a rapist. You're a racist. You're a pedophile. You're a Nazi. You're a terrorist. Your Syrian Orthodox Church in Milwaukee should fucking turn you in. Mr. Goodday says, why are people leaving blue states for red ones? Says shit's not happening. JP says, this guy's not even alive. He's using old shows and posting them as current. Mr. Goodday says, show any evidence anyone here is a pedo. You all support Trump? Proof. 100%. You guys are locked in as pedophiles. You can't. I just did. You're a pedophile. You support Trump. You're a pedophile. JP supports Trump. He's a pedophile. Mr. Goodday supports Trump. He's a pedophile. NinjaCon supports Trump. He's a pedophile. You are un-American. No, I'm American. You're a pedophile. You're a Nazi. You're a traitor. You're the un-American Nazi Trump-Putin pedophiles. NinjaCon says, what's funny is there have been Trump rallies and conservative rallies in Colorado. Some of them very close to his house. He hides, by the way. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm supposed to go to a Trump rally for what? Mr. Goodday says, he isn't this ballsy in real life. Touch grace, Euless. No, stop touching kids, Mr. Goodday. You're a pedophile. Stop touching kids. Mr. Goodday says, funny, he says we are Nazis and uses bad Russian accent. I read the bad Russian accent to read you guys' comments so people know I'm not saying this shit. I'm not saying your Nazi pedophile shit. Mr. Goodday says, you keep popping up in my YouTube and it's very entertaining. He will respond, promise. See? Mia Oz retracted your message. Oh, Mia Oz, I'm sorry I didn't get to your message before you retracted it. I love your name, Mia Oz. I'm an Ozite myself. The other prophecy I do is the Oz prophecy. I do the Gospel of Judas, but I also do the Oz prophecy. Both of them end war. Jesus has a plan to end war and money, and L. Frank Baum, Oz, has a plan to end war and money. And I do both of those on this channel. Mr. Goodness is easily distracted. No, there's more stupid-ass Nazi comments to read. Calling me a Nazi doesn't bother me because I'm not one. No, it doesn't bother you because you are one, dumbass. NinjaCon says, haha, too bad, dollface. You can't change someone with terrorism over hurt feelings, pussy. Yeah, I can charge you with terrorism over your terrorism. You just call people Nazi. No, you guys just reveal your Nazis by supporting Trump, by coming in here doing your Roman salute. Yeah, I won't respond anymore. You're right. Oh my gosh. He's going to talk about Frank Baum and the Native Americans when he's a Nazi. I know what pedo means. It means you guys protect a pedophile. I don't think it's a Nazi accent. I said it's a bad Russian accent. I do a bad Russian accent because you guys are dumb, bad Russian Trump Putin trolls. So, of course, I read it in a stupid, bad Russian accent. I'm not trying to do a German accent. You guys are Nazis. I'm not trying to do a German accent. I'm doing a bad Russian accent because the Russians are the Nazis now. Because the Russians, dumbasses, fought against the Nazis. Putin and all these Russians have betrayed their ancestors who fought against the Nazis and then let the Nazis take over. Just like in America, we don't have any room to talk. Just like in America, a lot of our ancestors fought against the Nazis and then we let the Nazis take over our country via Trump. Any humans in here? Nope, all Nazis. Looks like the content was all Nazis. Mia Oz. Smiley says why the accent. Smiley might not have been a Nazi, but yeah, I do a Russian accent to make fun of these Trump-Putineer trolls. These Nazi MAGA Trump-Putineer trolls. Anyway, back to the real content of this live was people don't understand how universal healthcare works. We can just get universal healthcare by electing Jasmine Crockett or AOC, especially if they make the promise, hey, stop paying your insurance bills. We're going to let these premiums skyrocket, but nobody pay them. Just nobody send the insurance companies any more money. Starve the insurance companies, boycott the insurance companies out of existence, and just send all your medical bills to the White House. White House will pay them. Trump will pay them. Well, Trump won't pay them, but a real American president will pay them when they get there. So, thank y'all for shutting the fuck up. Wish you'd shut the fuck up in your entire lives and just stop being goddamn Nazis and pedophiles. You know what you are. Rabbits Days showed up, says, or you losers can pay insurance like an adult. No, you're jacking up the insurance prices. You're collapsing the insurance industry. So let the baby have their bottle. We're going to cancel insurance. We're going to stop paying insurance. Everybody's going to stop paying insurance. Insurance companies will fail, and we'll have universal health care instead. I do have to go. I'm about to go. But when I saw that possibly we had a non-Nazi comment, it turned out it was another Nazi. But when we possibly had a non-Nazi comment, somebody who could see through Trump destroying America, it was worth trying to read. But then it wasn't. Then it wasn't worth trying to read because it was just another... Well, I mean, I don't know that you're a Nazi. You're probably just an idiot. Rabbit's Days. Let's look at Rabbit's Dazed. Rabbit's Days joined 4 years ago and has 4 subscribers. So, yeah, they're probably a Nazi. Oh, yeah, they've been in the live before. They aren't getting the food... They aren't getting through the food-thick door and 2-inch steel rod locks, keeping it closed, my friend. Jammers are only $2,000. You're not getting through my safe. Because I called him a weapons cache. Why would... And then he was also here on... Rabbit Stays was also here for the Timu, KGB, FBI lies about Tyler Robinson, roommate, etc. Why would someone play an inferior gaming device? Exactly, Kyle. I can't believe I went to prison for putting a guy just like you into a coma. So if you want to track Rabbit's Days, I can't believe I went to prison for putting a guy just like you into a coma. In the 5 No Kings Day terrorists, 2+ in chat if you want to attack them. Rabbit's Days left some emojis. In the No Kings Day terrorists live, he said, yeah, till you put loser like you down. Want a bit? LMAO, I promise they won't get anything but about bag. In the Stop MAGA Terrorist by every means magic live, he said, I think you should be deported. No one here is attacking you. Who was attacking you? In the Church of Judas, replace MAGA churches and give their homes to immigrants. Live, he said, please come to my house and try to remove me as little be a great day for me. Got a few belt feds. Belt feds? LMAO, you're going to do this all unarmed? Anyway. So yeah, I guess it wasn't worth reading Rabbit's Days comments, but it's worth recapping them for the Nazi hunters who only saw this live. He likes to stalk behind the keyboard. Sure did 2 years and still got all my rights back. So you did 2 years and you got all your rights back. So you're bragging that, well, I don't know, you can vote or something? You did 2 years for putting someone in a coma. Someone like me in a coma that you're bragging about. So you weren't rehabilitated because you're still bragging about putting people in comas. Okay, reported for promoting terrorism. You see? You see how you report how you get reported for supporting terrorism? And then what happens to your 14-year-old channel and all the comments you left terrorizing me all this time? Aww. All your work, 14 years being a terrorist, all gets deleted. The mutual combat clause shouldn't be state by state thing. It should be federal. Why? I'm telling the teacher. Why? Well, what did you do? One of y'all bragged about sending this live to the police. Well, maybe the police will see your role in it too, Ninja Con. Trying to drop addresses. See, here's Skippy. I didn't report him. I'm your Nazi friend. Well, you're not my friend, but you're a Nazi. So, just as I reported, just as I told you, some of you are going to brag about being Nazis. Others aren't, but you're otherwise completely identical. So you're Nazis. Yeah, put your priest's email in the chat. Hey, Pussy, are you going to email my priest or do I have to wait for him to tell me? Yeah, put your priest's email in chat. I'll email him. Smiley says, folks that are talking about reporting this, stop snitching. They got nothing to report. They're just guilty. They're guilty. They're a Nazi terrorist cell. They can report themselves. They won't admit whether they're Groypers or Turning Point. They're one or the other. They're part of the Nazi. They're part of Trump's Nazi terrorist network. Mr. Goodis says, y'all call everyone a Nazi and everyone showed you don't know what it means. No. What's his name? Skippy brags about being a Nazi. Skippy brags about being a Nazi, and you guys are on Skippy's team. You're Nazis. Your ancestors are ashamed of you. Everyone hates you. See, Skippy says yes. He claims you. He's a Nazi and he claims you. Are you going to say that Skippy is... He's like, Mr. Good says, I know rabbits. Okay, Zeno is another Nazi. He says, when you personally insult people, you have no valid points or arguments. You have lost the debate. No, there is no debate. There's no reason to even talk to Nazis. I'm just telling anybody else who ever sees this in the future who you goddamn Nazis are so they can hunt you down. Who the fuck is Skippy? He's the Nazi that just showed up. But I still hate this man. Smiley says, bro, your opinions are opposite, but I won't disrespect you. Have a blessed day, man. Well, I can't respect you for having opposite opinions of anti-fascism. Skippy says, we are undercover friends. Zeno says, who is a Nazi? You know who a Nazi is. You know, if you don't know Trump's a Nazi, you're covering for a Nazi, which makes you a Nazi. Simple as that. Skippy says, me, Zeno. So he's bragging about it. Shh, calm down, little Andy. Do you get to screenshot the email I put in now 5 times? It didn't show up. You have to, like, type it in a fucking clever way. The email didn't show up. It won't show an email, I guess, so type it with a space or something, you dumb fuck. I'm waiting for the email. Type the email again, NinjaCon. Type your priest's email. Type your priest's email. I don't want a day blessed by a Nazi. I hope you don't. You know, I hope it's your last day as a Nazi. I'm not triggering people. I'm talking shit about Trump Boutonniers. They don't count. Trump Boutonniers aren't people. Fucking zombies. You're not zombies. You're not Nazi. You're not Zionists, and you're Klansmen. You're not people. All Trump Boutonniers are not Zionists, not Zionists, or Klansmen. You're not people. Not a single one of you, goddamn person. Waiting for that email address, NinjaCom. I'm gonna shut down the live as soon as you type the email address. You're in control. Wow, you have so much power. Okay, Skippy says he's not a Zionist. I know, you're a Nazi. You're a Groyper. We know that you're a Nazi. You're not a Zionist, but the Zionists are also Nazis. They're just a different type. Yeah, it didn't show up once, you dumb fuck. Type it in a way that shows up. Stop typing it like an email address. Type the name and then say at Gmail. Don't put the at symbol. You fucking dumb fuck. What, were you raised on lead? Anyway, there's no time for it now. Just type it in a comment in one of my videos. Bye, stupid Nazis.